Namaste ji, namaste. Hope you are well. Welcome to episode 2 of Thinking Like a Lawyer. So, today we are going to be arguing the case of cancelling class 12 board examinations and cancelling final year university examinations. And we are going to presume that first we are hired by the parents of these children who want such exams to be cancelled. And then we are going to go to as if we were hired by the state to argue on their behalf. And mind you, being hired by the state is quite a lucrative job proposition. Everybody wants to be hired by the state. So if you're hired by the state, you will have to necessarily argue, even if you don't personally agree with the state's position. But bhai, aapko usi baat ke paise milenge. So these are critical skills for you as a student of law who will eventually graduate into the real life world scenario. Now, there is no express statute, कोई section vection तो है नहीं ना, कोई specific bare act नहीं है कि जी exam cancel करो अगर pandemic हुआ तो how are you going to argue it? So the first point that you raise for the petition ही लगेगी इसके अंदर. So for the petitioners, the first point that you raise is you go to Article 21 and then you start quoting right to life. That is an exam really that important that the exam is taking precedence over or preference over your own life. I mean, we can cancel the exam in this year and then we can go right ahead and basically be secure. जान है तो जान है, जिंदा बचेंगे तो आगे और एग्जाम दे देंगे. इस टाइम पे the situation is so bad, was so bad. In fact, now तो it's remarkably improved when I'm shooting this. But any which way. So you are saying, you are going to argue that you can conduct exams that you can go in for an international का short form नहीं है, just internal मैं पूरा नहीं लिख रहा, internal assessment, and we are not going to write as ताकि it doesn't turn into a joke, no. So you can do an internal assessment and then just let the 12th graduate as you are doing so for the 10th standard, and similarly on the college level you can just let the final year go as an into the world, but by just doing an internal assessment, because again jaan hai to jaan hai. And in this scenario, pretty much conducting an offline exam such as board exams is impossible, and you are putting life at risk. Because इसके अलावा आप main arguments और अगर आपको कुछ आते हैं, just comment them down below. This is just an exercise, by the way. This is not a very exhaustive list. I'm just asking you to think. So if you are on this side of the spectrum, now presume that you have been hired by the state to argue or to respond. So we'll be the respondent in this petition. When we are the respondent in this petition, what is the first argument that you're going to make? For example, for the final year students or the 12th, that tell me, we are going to ask these guys who have put in the petition that how do I assess? When you are talking about an internal assessment, please do tell, don't schools have a bias whenever वो जो external जो viva वाला आता है to conduct your vivas. Don't the school teachers influence them to give them higher marks, because school wants most better results, right? And when you want the best results, you want your students to be scoring more and more. When the entire grading process is in your hands, won't you be giving everyone a 98 and 99%? And then what happens in the DU cutoffs? The entire system collapses on its head, like it happened in 2020 when the cutoff for most colleges was a 99.85 or even 100% in some odd cases. So then how do I go about doing an internal assessment? So you are going to use this language, my lords, how do I go about? So you are representing your client, but this is the language you usually use. You go into first person. Okay, how do I go about doing an internal assessment? Because then how do I place these guys into a college? Because our college system determines your admission based on marks, and if everyone gets a 99%, then I'm sure the SRCC, the LSRs of the world are going to be sitting on 101%, even though that's technically impossible, just a joke. But they will be through the roof, and how many then will be able to get the seats? It will be a mad rush, and then we will be criticized again that what did we do? And how many, second pointer, or rather now is case में तो fourth pointer हो गया, that how many of these guys want the exam to be cancelled? Are these guys really representative of the entire population? What about those who want the exam to be conducted? Right? And let's presume this, that we are able to, let's presume that we are able to conduct at a later date. So if we are conducting at a later date, we'll be able to accurately assess them and get them into a college. Now, when it comes to, for people who are in their final year examinations, please do tell us what is the concept of a degree. A degree is given to you when we think, or the institute thinks, that you are qualified enough, that you have obtained that knowledge, now you're qualified to hold that degree. If we don't take an exam, if we don't check you whether you have gotten the appropriate knowledge, how do we tell to the world, or how do we declare that you are, yes, you are qualified for that post, that role, that degree that you are going to take? And then, for example, if you go into in the real life world, and then you'll have, or forever have a corona stamp कि ये तुम्हें degree क्या उस time पे मिली थी जब सबको automatically degree दे दी गई थी. Your entire career gets stamped out. So what do we do with the corona stamp? Which will be forever on your head. But यहाँ से counter argument फिर से flow होना शुरू हो जाएगा कि ये सब आपका चलो जी ठीक है, is it worth it to put the life of students at risk? Is it? Alright. Now corona stamp के बाद आप एक और argument दे देंगे that we are not immediately pressing for immediate exams basically being conducted immediately. What we are suggesting is we conduct them at a later date and we will review. For example, right now the review is on the 1st of June. Cases have fallen from 3 lakhs to roughly speaking 2 lakhs, just presuming, just hypothetically presuming. And in the coming weeks, this wave will die down. The cases will come down to 1 lakh. Delhi right now is sitting at 4K cases. And by the time 1st June hits, we'll be at somewhere around the 2000 case mark. And then when the 1st of July hits, we'll be pretty much out of this wave. Most of the states will be. Then we can conduct the exams because based on historical data of the last year, from September to February, when the wave died down, it completely died down. And when the virus decided to wake up, well, it wakes up, we have the data. Right? But then you're going to go in emotional mode that I have lost parents, as in, not I have lost parents, just language. I've lost parents due to COVID. I am under stress. I haven't taken proper classes since the last 1 year. Thanks to this pandemic, my mental health is deteriorating. Kindly allow for internal assessment. Now you be the judge. You be the judge and just see, when both sides are presented to you, which side will you be favoring, and then you rule. Now again, the purpose of this exercise is not to convince you or to persuade you. These are not my viewpoints. This is how I would argue. If I'm basically hired by the Union of India to argue against this petition, this is how I'll argue. Roughly. This is not exhaustive. We'll have to do a lot of legal research. Obviously, it's not simple. It's not as simple as it looks. And then we'll have to look at, if I'm hired by the petitioners, that is a couple of students, parents of students, then I'm going to argue on these grounds. Obviously not an exhaustive list. There is going to be a lot many more grounds. But this is pretty much, as a student of law, you need to be right in the middle and can place yourself either at this side or either at this side given the situation, and argue from both sides of the coin. Alright. So usually in the political debates online, all of us tend to favor one side, whichever side we like. So for example, if you hate the Prime Minister, even if him breathing out carbon dioxide will be a hateful act to you. But if you are supporting the Prime Minister, him sneezing also is some God's blessing. You know, it looks like that because then there is a lot of propaganda happening of all of the parties' dedicated social media cells, etc. So free yourself from those shackles. Try to think, what will you do if you were hired by one of the parties, and how will you argue? Because if you develop this skill, mind you will be far better than your competition, and this skill will be spotted by a senior who will be inclined to give you more work. so that you don't end up complaining in life that this profession is very hard, nobody cares. No, develop the skill and then earn the right to abuse the system. We have done a video on this on our personal channel as well. Care any which way, let's wind it up for today. Let's take up another topic in some another discussion of this series. All right, wishing you all the best. Hope you keep safe and hope you never get to see the face of a hospital, which is pretty much the worst thing that you can do in these times. All right, and all the best. Hopefully the examinations take place soon and then you're done with it, and then your mental health improves, and then you are into a college of your choice. All right, take care, bye.